So welcome back to a SurroMom Journey Part 2. I'm going to be a little bit more focused on how my postpartum's been. And just how I expected my journey to go, how my delivery was going to go versus how my journey actually went. And how my delivery actually went. You guys have already heard how my labor and delivery physically went. But I didn't talk about what I expected and how those had impacted me. So this video is more emotional rather than a physical actual experience. So be prepared. Let's go. So, yeah, here we are. So originally today was supposed to be induction day, October 8th. Though I think I'm posting this tomorrow, so it'll be posted on the 9th. So yesterday should have been induction day for those of you who were watching the day that I posted. Really confusing. So October 5th is when baby was born. October 8th is when baby was supposed to be born, or at least when I was supposed to be induced, so mom and dad could be there. Yeah, so first expectation versus reality. Baby was supposed to come on induction day so mom and dad could be there. Neither of those happened. Baby didn't make it to induction day, and mom and dad did not make it to delivery. So expectation versus reality, round one, epic fail. So yeah. So here I am, 3 days postpartum. Postpartum physically has been really easy for me. My labor and delivery went so well, and I didn't tear or anything. I didn't need stitches. Everything was really good. I have light cramping here and there. My postpartum bleeding is very minimal. I didn't get any pain meds. I didn't take any pain meds home. I didn't go pick up the ones they prescribed. I'm doing fine. I'm not a big fan of pain meds anyways, so even if I wasn't, I'd probably suck it up. I think the only time I use them is fentanyl and epidural during labor, quite frankly. So I'm feeling really good. I think the hardest part for me right now is I'm trying to make sure my milk doesn't come in. My intended mother decided she overall, I guess, didn't want my breast milk. She told the nurses formula only. So I just have these giant udders that I'm trying to keep from producing milk. I nursed all 3 of my kids. My oldest till she was just over 2. My son till he was almost 2. And then my youngest I cut off right after 1 because I started my surrogacy journey. So I'm a cow and I make milk like crazy. So I'm trying to make sure I don't this time because I have nothing to feed. And quite frankly, when your milk comes in, it's actually painful and your boobs fill up and it's not great. So I currently am binded up and just trying to make sure I have no nipple stimulation. I'm keeping them kind of suffocated and hopefully nothing happens. I do ice packs and I do hot showers to kind of go between the heat and the cold. So hopefully my milk doesn't come in. I figure we're day 3 postpartum, so it hasn't happened yet. Hopefully it won't. So wish me luck. Wish my poor boobies a break. So yeah. So physically, postpartum is treating me very well. Yeah. Expectation versus reality of how. We'll start with how my labor and delivery went. So you guys hopefully watched the last video so you know how my actual delivery went. It's not what I expected. It's not what I wanted. So originally when I had matched with my intended parents, the whole goal was to be like a partnership and have like a friendship and a relationship type thing. I wanted to be really close with them, and I wanted my delivery of their baby to be all together. I wanted my husband in the room, which my husband's completely used to in the delivery room. It was probably a terrible idea from the start to even think that he was going to be in the room, when I should have known that he wouldn't, even if I begged him to, because he doesn't do well during delivery. But I had this idea in my head that my husband was going to hold one leg and my intended mother was going to hold the other leg, and my intended father was going to, like, I don't know, be standing back taking pictures and like having this all, I don't know, just, I had this fantasy that it was just going to be this big celebration. I remember telling my intended mother that's how I was imagining delivery, and her telling me that she was going to get champagne and we were going to celebrate, and it was going to be like this really cool ordeal. And that's not what happened. Obviously they didn't make it. And then because of COVID, I had to deal with the process of only being able to have one person in there. And for most of my journey, I had really struggled with who was going to be in the room with me. And my intended mother had originally called and told me not to stress about it, and if I wanted to pick my mom, to pick my mom. And I was like, okay. And that really just made me feel extra comfortable with her to actually help me decide that maybe I would just pick her, because she obviously at that point cared about my feelings. So I thought maybe I could just like do it on my own and have her there just so she could be there for her baby. As time went on, just little things had happened from my doctor's office, things that they had told me, and things my agency had just said that I needed to either correct or fix, or that were upsetting them. And then talking to the hospital, I guess, just a lot of things were going on that I was unaware about. And the closer it got to labor and delivery day, the more I wanted my mom there instead. I ended up going in alone, and then my mom joined in later when I couldn't do it anymore alone, when I felt like I needed someone. So yeah, labor and delivery didn't go anything like what I had pictured in my head, and it was really disappointing. But during labor and delivery and some of the calls, I expected different reactions to certain things. I was caught off guard that my intended parents had actually sent a court order over, I guess, to the hospital. I don't know what it said. I didn't ask. I didn't really want to at that point. So I don't really know, but that kind of threw me off. And then I know originally, we talked about we were all going to be in the room, and I figured we'd have pictures of, like, I would hold baby, I guess, and like take a picture. And I had sent my intended mom pictures of like other couples all together after delivery, and I was like, I can't wait for this moment, and I want to totally get a picture like this. And I guess that's not what she wanted. It was never expressed to me that's not what she wanted. I wish somebody would have said something, so I would have gone in expecting something different. But she had told the nurses, I guess, that I was not allowed to touch baby, hold baby, take pictures of baby, take pictures with baby, and that baby was to immediately go from my vagina to the nursery, which really threw me off, which I understand a little bit because my intended parents weren't there. So I understand them wanting to be the first person that sees the baby and holds the baby and takes baby's pictures. Like, I totally get that, and that's rational to me. Like, absolutely. And I was just like, okay, yeah, take baby to the nursery. Like, they want the first of everything. That's cool. That's fine. Like, I totally get that, because I would be upset if somebody else held my kids for the first time. Like, I made sure each of my kids had, like, their first person. Like, my daughter, my oldest, was the first one to hold my youngest, and dad was the first one to hold, like, my son, and then I was the first one to hold my oldest, then my mom, and we had order. You have this idea of priority of who gets to hold baby first, because who you want baby to connect with. So I totally get it, and I was just like, okay, makes sense. I was bummed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bummed. I wanted to hold baby. Baby was super freaking cute. But baby was rushed immediately to the nursery. I saw baby for like, I don't know, 30 seconds while they weighed baby. I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll talk to mom and dad when they get here. And I mean, even if they still don't want me to touch baby, it's fine. I just want to give them, like, I had bought a gift. I just want to give them the gift and then hopefully get a picture, like, even if they just send me a picture or whatever, and I'll be totally content. And I had, once baby was born, we had called mom to let mom know baby was born, how much baby weighed, everything like that. Mom wanted to hear baby's cries, so called on the phone and had baby cry. Well, not had it, baby was already crying. Babies are born and they start crying. So mom got to hear babies cry. So, you know, did all that. And then baby was taken straight to the nursery. I went up to postpartum, where I was texting my intended parents, trying to see how if they were getting any closer, where they were at. I was hoping to start a conversation on what was going to happen once they got there. My intended parents didn't text me back. Baby was born at 6:53 in the morning. And I didn't hear from my intended parents till after 9 p.m. at night, to where I got a picture of baby, which I thought was really nice that I got that picture. And then I didn't really hear anything. I mean, I got told thank you, and I didn't hear anything else, I think, till the following day. I had told them I wanted to drop off a gift to them, which I didn't need to, like, drop it off physically to them. I didn't, like, I just wanted to make sure they got it, because I had gone out of my way to buy a gift. I'm content dropping it in the lobby. I didn't hear anything again from them, which is really weird, because my whole pregnancy I was responded to really fast, and we talked fairly often, and then all of a sudden I'm like not getting any responses back. So yeah, I was a little bummed, but I was just like, it's fine. I can always just go drop it off, and whatever happens, happens. I had contacted my agency that I had a gift, and I was just curious if they had heard anything. My agency had responded back after they talked to them, because I guess they had talked to them at some point that day. And this is the day after baby was born. And I was informed that they had already been discharged and left. So I was literally just being ignored. And it hurt. So it just really didn't go how I anticipated. I had messaged them again yesterday to let them know I was going to have my case manager just mail the gift home to them, and they said thank you again, and they told me baby's name. Not that I can tell you guys, but it's super cute. And I asked them to keep in touch, and that is the last I've heard. So I went into this journey not caring if I had a relationship with baby, because it's not my baby. But I did have high expectations for my intended parents, whoever I had matched with, no matter who it would have been, that we would have a relationship, that we would get close over the 40 weeks, and that after baby was born, not even necessarily like a friendship, but some type of ongoing relationship where it was like, hey, check in here and there or whatever, and it'd probably fade over a year and then I'd never hear from again. Like, and I was really fine with that, and that's kind of what I expected. Like, I hoped for like a lifelong friendship, and I've heard of surrogates having those kind of friendships with their intended parents and being really involved. I didn't expect it, but I hoped for it. I did expect some sort of something postpartum. I don't know. Just not what has happened. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't upset. I'd be lying if I said it didn't hurt, that I kind of feel like I was used a little bit. And I know that this journey probably didn't go how they expected either, with COVID throwing everything off and them, having a lot of restrictions on what they could be a part of. I'm sure it was ridiculously hard for them to miss out on so much. So I'm sure they're pretty hurt too. But it really kind of sucks. Because you have just certain things that you think are going to go a certain way, and then it doesn't. I had found out from the postpartum director that I guess they'd been in contact, my intended parents and the hospital had been in contact for a while, of trying to make sure that they were in the delivery room and in the nursery and everything. The hospital told them I could only have one support person, but they would allow baby to have one support person. And I guess my intended parents this whole time had been trying to fight for their right to be in the delivery room over me having a support person. They felt that mom should be my support person, whether I picked her or not. That she had more rights to be in there than me having someone for me. I didn't know things like that were happening. I wish I would have been more prepared. So I found out a lot of things after. I'm still finding out some things. And it's a super bummer. It's not how I wanted my journey to go. And I think what sucks the most is when I was matched. I had said how I wanted a close relationship. And I wanted a long-term relationship and everything. And I was just continuously reassured that that's what would happen. I can be very naive, and I see the best in everybody. I should have read my contract better. Now, looking back, what I've learned, I should have read my contract better. There was a lot of little things in there I didn't realize. So that was kind of a bummer, and those are things I'm going to make sure in my next contract that I can reveal things like gender, and I can make it very clear I'm going to post ultrasound pictures. I'll still block out faces, that's totally fine, but I want to be able to share baby's growth. Since I am the one growing baby. I guess most surrogates get an hour with baby after baby's born, which I don't need. And I was content with that not being in my contract, but I figured there was something in there that at least would let me take a picture, so I have something. But there's not, so that's something I want to make sure is in my next contract, that I can take a picture with baby. Because it was kind of weird to come home and my kids ask, we know you had the baby, but, can we see it? And me being like, I don't have anything to show you. Thankfully, my intended mom did send that one picture that I got. So I got to show them that, which they were uninterested 5 seconds later. But it sucks when you have nothing to, even show your kids to help them explain. They didn't comprehend what was happening. My oldest did, but my son's just where's it at? And I was like, I told you it's not coming home with us. It's not ours. He's like, well, can I at least see it? He wanted to, say hi. And I'm like, no. No, that's pushing it, my dude. But he wanted at least a picture, so I'm glad I had that picture to finally show him, and he was pretty excited. Not that he's ever going to meet the baby, but it helps click in their head that something, did happen. So, yeah. I'm just going to make sure little things like that I can be a little bit more free on my vlog, that I can at least get a picture with baby and be able to have those memories. I would like to add updates in my next contract, like even if it's just like for the first year getting 2 to 3 updates, just to know that the first year went well, because that's like the funnest year, like things like that. And I want to make sure next time that I have a genuine relationship with my intended parents. I know I'm not gonna match on the first one. Like with this surrogacy, I met this couple. They were the first ones I met and talked to, and I immediately was just in awe and wooed by them that I agreed to match without even thinking about it. I definitely want to interview and talk to more parents next time and go with the one that I click with the best and kind of follow my gut a little bit better, rather than just being overly excited and going for it. But I've learned a lot this experience, and I wouldn't change anything. I'm gonna grow from it, and I'm gonna learn from it, and I'm gonna make sure the next round goes better, I guess. Everyone always asks you how you're doing now that you don't have a baby. And I'm completely content not having a baby. I went into this completely content not having a baby, not wanting a baby, not... I'm completely content with that. I am upset that the people I thought I was going to have a connection with, I don't. The people that I did this for, that I thought was going to be a partnership, ended up just being a job, which is one thing I've said from the beginning if you watch my vlogs, is don't match with anyone who treats you like an employee. And if you want that relationship, that's fine. But for me, I didn't want anybody that was going to treat me like an employee. I didn't want anybody who thought this is a paid job and that I needed to do what I was told because I was being paid. I wanted a partnership. I wanted a friendship and a relationship. And that's the journey that I expected. It's not the journey I got. But I still wouldn't change it. I still got to help a family grow. And I'm still pretty proud of myself. So, I have that little part of me that wonders what I did wrong. But I have to continuously remind myself that what I did was a super awesome thing. And I'm still very proud of myself. And it's not going to stop me from doing it again. I had an extremely smooth pregnancy, an extremely smooth delivery, and an extremely smooth postpartum. This is something that I'm meant to do. And I won't regret doing it for whatever family I get matched with next, if they end up turning out to be just absolutely crazy. I know this is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to keep doing it. And it was, even with the faults and flaws, thank you for whacking me in the face. Even with all the little bumps in the road, I still think it was a beautiful journey. Thank you. And I am excited to do it again. 6 months, and I can go again. And I look forward to it. And I appreciate you guys watching this whole journey and sticking with me, and all the support and love has been phenomenal, and I'm so appreciative. And I hope you stick around for the next one. So, thank you for watching my journey and the last year of my life. If I ever have something to update on between now and the next journey, I will gladly let you guys know. But until then, thank you for watching. And I appreciate you guys. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If I can get enough questions to ask, I'll hopefully have another video up soon answering whatever other questions you guys can think of. But for now, this is... What? You can't wear that. This is the end of my journey. So until the next one, thanks for watching. Bye.